We are live. We are live. And I wasn't going to go live. I was going to probably work on another episode of the relay because there's some subjects that I wanted to touch on. But, I was on Twitter, and I happened to come across a very interesting thread of individuals who think it is their right to dictate to a professional boxer how they feel about another professional boxer. And it's the usual suspects. You know who it is. It's the usual suspects, the opinion police, who think that unless you're kissing a certain boxer's ass, licking her ass, and groveling, and you like what? Like fuck out of here, bro. Fuck, you know what I mean? And basically, what I saw was that Alicia Baumgartner, shout out to Alicia Baumgartner, shout out to Mario Guzman, their whole family, good people. Alicia was watching the fight like everybody else, the Shields versus Kozin fight. And, she, like many of us, feels that Clarissa is an excellent boxer. There's no doubt about that. Ring savvy, ring IQ, speed, plunge placement, everything. It's all there. But, power is not there. So she stated that she's questioning Clarissa's power. And to that, the usual suspects in their fashion, they jumped all over her over the shit. Like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't talk about your fellow boxer, your sister, blah, 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 blim, plum, plum, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, where was this outrage when Clarissa was blasting Raquel Miller and calling her a bum and all this different shit? Where was this outrage then? Because if you saying that Alicia's out of pocket for questioning her power, how was Clarissa not out of pocket for calling Raquel a bum and all this wild other shit? How does that work? And you guys know how I feel about it, that Clarissa's one of the best to ever do it for the sport of women's boxing. But at the end of the day, between her overbearing personality and the rabble of individuals that don't seem to exist anywhere outside of social media, because most of these are ghost accounts from people that are too afraid to show their face because they're either malformed or I don't know, maybe they don't want people to associate them in the real world with the behaviors that they exhibit online. These individuals really only exist on social media, because if I ask any one of them to produce a receipt the way that I produced a receipt after purchasing the pay-per-view yesterday, they won't do that. And it's almost like cancel culture, except you can't cancel anybody because you're not a fucking customer. Like you can't affect some, like the way cancel culture works, it's basically like shunning someone almost, like you're shunning them. You will not give them your patronage when you bums don't give fighters that you do like your patronage. So who give a fuck who you don't like? You know what I'm saying? Mario was good, man. Mr. Julio, que lo que, don't care, que lo que, William Boxing, que lo que. Yeah, Bam Rodriguez, bro. It's a bad dude. But yeah, yo, like I seen that shit, and I didn't see it till today. I was reading through the shit, and I'm like, bro, how you gonna try to cancel culture somebody when you're not even a fucking customer? When you paying for shit, then you could cancel somebody, feel me? But y'all motherfuckers is bums. Y'all don't even buy the pay-per-views of the fighters that y'all do like, much less the fighters that you don't like. So you should keep your opinion to yourself. Like, the fuck? We gotta talk this shit, yo. I wasn't even gonna fucking go live, bro. I was really gonna make another episode of the relay because it was some shit that I see. There's a lot of stories I seen I wanted to talk about, and I was just skimming through the Michael Benson shit. I was on Twitter skimming through that shit, and I've seen that shit. I'm like, bro, how the fuck y'all dickheads look trying to tell a pro fighter that they can't have anecdotes and annotations on another fighter? Like, motherfucker, you can't even get up the nerve to use your own picture to use social media. You should mind your business. Fuck is wrong with y'all? The constant with a lot of these accounts is they never show their face. You never see who the fuck they are. Because they know if you do see who the fuck they are, motherfuckers probably gonna clown you. The only way you get to talk and motherfuckers don't laugh is if you hide your face. Then you could talk. You could say all types of wild freak shit on Twitter. What's goody, DLG? Yo, it's getting crazy out here, B. Like these like I seen that shit and I was like, yo, these motherfuckers is wild out here, B. Like, you really gonna try to tell a pro fighter they can't talk about some shit that they watching, but you cocksucking motherfuckers could sit here Saturday after Saturday talking shit about Canelo, talking shit about Inouye, talking shit about Anthony Joshua, talking shit about so you cocksuckers is entitled to your opinions, but one of the people that actually sacrifices being in the gym, training, cutting weight, doing the work, they can't talk about some shit. They're not allowed to have an opinion. You in your mother's basement can have an opinion. You know what I mean? You that steals pay-per-views, you that stream shit, still live with your parents and shit. You can have an opinion, but the pro fighter can't have an opinion. Yo, this shit is wild out here, B. It's wild out here, man. I'm about to post the link so we could talk this shit. Cause it's fucking wild out here, B. And it's the usual suspects, man. You know who it is. You know who it is. Ya tú sabes, Mario. ¿Cuáles son los que están hablando tanta mierda, man? Los mismos mamagüevos de siempre. It's the same motherfuckers. Like, yo, these motherfuckers, like, motherfucker, you got to sweat just to move from one side of the couch to the other. Never mind what the fuck you think, bro. The fuck? You gonna really sit there try to, you shouldn't tell your professional, like, bro, where was all this energy when she was popping shit to Raquel Miller? When she was calling her a bum and all that? Where was all that energy? Oh, I see how it is. It's only who you like that get to talk shit, and you trying to control the narrative. Like, man, suck a fucking dick, B. Get a fucking job so you could buy them pay-per-views instead of looking for links online and steal shit. Fucking bum. Hey, te voy a tirar el link. I'm gonna shoot you the link, Luciana. Yo, this shit is wild out here. Jay, you seen that shit, Jay?
Yeah, I saw that shit. It's okay. So I saw the tweet earlier, but I didn't see the clap back on with people clapping back on Alicia over that shit. Yeah, I mean,
It's wild, bro. It's like, yo, these listen, right? All these and I'm not gonna say nothing about Shields. I'm not gonna say nothing about her, right? But what I'm gonna say is these motherfuckers fake love her until it's time to buy the fight. Cause I'm like, yo, for all this motherfucking energy y'all motherfuckers got online, how many of y'all bought the fight? I know me and you bought the fight.
Oh yeah, I got my receipt. I got my receipt. I can show it.
Like, I bought the fight and I bought the DK fight. I bought that shit too. Even though she for some reason kept taking shots at me, but I'm very mature. On my planet, we are very mature and very logical fucking people.
Now, Jules, you got a good heart because if it was me, I would not have bought that shit. But that's just me. But that's you. So you got a good heart.
Well, you gotta put the good energy in the universe.
You do.
So you can get that shit back.
Jules, let me tell you this now. These people on Alicia's on Clarissa's bandwagon. If she lose to Savannah, most of these they're gonna turn they turncoats. They go jump ship so fast. How much you want to bet?
No, listen. To me, they already turncoats because I don't know what their idea of support is, but motherfuckers can't eat Twitter tweets. You feel me? Motherfuckers can't eat tweets. You can't pay the light bill with tweets. You can't put gas in the car with tweets. So if you ain't buying none of them, shut the fuck up. You don't even
no say.
You don't even count. You don't count.
I don't take people like that seriously. I don't at all. They got no. We shouldn't listen to their opinions. They got no say. If you don't buy the fucking fights to support the sport and the fighters, just like you, that means you're not a consumer. You're nothing but a pointless like fanboy fangirl. That's it.
Basics. Because I'm like, yo, look, Thurman was fighting last night, right? Yeah, you know, because I was live. Not only did I not watch that shit, I ain't steal it neither. Like, nah, I ain't going. What I'm gonna steal his shit for? I don't give a fuck about his shit, right?
Hey, Jules, about this fight. I put a funny poll up today, right? Who would win between because like after the fight, it got me thinking. I said, all right, you know what? Let me put a poll up asking people who would win between Tank and Keith at 147. I asked because I was half joking but also half serious. So I just want to see what some people would say.
Mm-hmm.
The responses I got from this shit, oh my god! Like, I mean, one dude, he actually says, like, I believe that Tank is like Canelo, so I think he can do it. I'm like, what?
Bro, did you? What's the fucking internet, man? Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
It's the fucking internet, bro.
Fuck this Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi's fucked up nowadays, man.
Listen,
wild out here. But
I wish I could just find every single one of these motherfuckers and put my thumbs in their eyes. Like, what's wrong with you, B? You get online to do this goofy shit, somebody ought to just choke the shit out of you, yo.
First, like, even though I've never shown my face, I ain't afraid to show it. I've shown it on other channels before, but
you know what it is? It's that you not see. This the thing, right? It's that these people are toxic, bro. They toxic, and
there's no getting away from them either. It's just they're like cockroaches, man. You crush one, another one comes coming like right out of the woodwork. You know
like I done been through it. Like, look, it was one of them joints talking wild shit about me, and as soon as I turned the heat up on her ass, right? Oh, she gonna try to. Oh, I'm gonna report you. Don't do. Yeah, you sensitive ass bitch. Yeah, now get the fuck on.
Wait a minute, it's like didn't she start that? Hold on, you didn't.
No, not even. I don't even. I ain't talking about that. It was another one, right?
Okay.
It was another joint. I ain't even, man. That motherfucking is evil. All right,
got you.
Evil, right? Bing. This bro was talking wild shit, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna talk the shit that you talking, cause I don't even be talking about you, but since you talking about me, I two could do that. This motherfucker, why you using my picture? Like, well, you talking shit. You talking shit, right? You want to talk shit? I got you.
Me, it's like I'm reaction. Obviously, normally I'm silent. I don't like to start problems, but if somebody comes to me, if I'm in a bad mood, I'll respond. I won't bite my tongue. You know what I'm saying?
The way, listen, these bombs, they don't got no code. Like I remember I had one motherfucker showing his feelings. He tried to report my Twitter. I'm like, bro, you can't report my Twitter because I ain't even say. I know the guidelines because I done been through this now, so I know how to say some shit without getting like I ain't breaking no rules, bro. You breaking a lot of rules. I ain't breaking no rules, and I ain't no rat neither. I ain't going.
So he pretty much reported you because you hurt his feelings, more or less.
Yo, legitimately, he tried to. I'm like, so I hurt your feelings, and you gonna call the Twitter police? You sensitive ass motherfucker. It's the same mother. It's like, yo, like I said, man.
That shit get your ass whooped, bro. That's old school stuff.
Nah, because these motherfuckers don't be outside for somebody to whoop their ass. Like they don't be. Where you gonna find them at? You know what I mean? Like in a mother basement. Where you gonna find them at?
But like, I mean, no cap though, on some real shit, dude. That's what one of the guys said. Tank is like Canelo, so I think he could do it. He could beat Keith.
Yeah, but I don't talk like I don't even like if I see some shit like that, I'm liable to block a motherfucker just for saying like I don't even want to. I'm not even going at you, retweet or quote. I don't want to talk to, and I want to see shit that you have to say. Because I feel like if I would be stupid for engaging you, so I'm not even going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disengage and stay the fuck away because you too stupid, bro. And if I talk to you, then I'm going to be stupid. So fuck that shit. Block or mute. I don't need to see that dumb shit.
But at least it was facts. I mean, we ain't lying, right?
I mean, this is the thing, right? Hold on. Kambosos is what Robert Garcia says here is true. None of y'all will call Kambosos out when Ryan fights him in the U.S. and all that else talk turns out to be cat. Yeah, but I'm gonna shift the focus for a second. Listen, right?
Go ahead.
Ryan ain't about to fight George. Ryan about to fight to go.
Yeah, and after that, he won't fight George either. That ain't next after him.
Yeah, like it's a rat. Like these guys, the window they had to fight George is closing, bro. This is what's gonna go down, and this is what I wanted to say on the relay, right? Lomachenko said on Twitter, "Yo, we just made you an offer. What's good?" Now, here's what's likely gonna happen, right? Mm-hmm. They want to make him an offer before the order come down, so that they could avoid. I figure this is the play. Let's make him an offer now. We don't want to wait for no purse bids. We don't want to wait for no cocksucking ass Eddie Hearn and Matchroom to come in here and fuck with us because we just fuck with them. So what we gonna do, we gonna try to do this deal. We sent Georgia offer. We want to see if he bite. If he don't bite, we get the WBO on his ass.
Boom. Then he's got no choice.
He ain't gonna have no choice. You either gonna give us one of them belts that you got, you either gonna give us one, or you gonna have to fight. That's simple. That's what I think is going on right now. Like, I'm not gonna knock George for not playing their game. I'm not like no.
Because
That
George
motherfucker
put in the work. He put in the work. He made the sacrifices. He came out here. He fought for the belts. He's been on the road. He put in the work to get
real
those,
shit. Like
shit.
Motherfuckers acting like he gotta just bow down to they ass. Just I don't want to. Then don't fucking go to Australia, bro.
Boom.
Go fight Linares then, bro.
See, Devin, he needs to realize that his window of opportunity is closing fast.
Thank you, Jay, because that's the shit that I'm saying. That like, listen, bro, you not no mandatory to nothing, right? Peep the shit. And I'm not cool with the shit. You know, Jay, that I ain't never been cool with the shit, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
But reality is a lot of these cats out here, that belt you got, they don't give a fuck about that shit. They view him as the champion because he beat Lopez and Lopez beat Loma. They don't view. It's a lot of these cats that I could tell them, but they don't give a fuck what I'm saying, right? You need this fight, so you need to sacrifice because
George don't need it. You need
George.
it.
George don't need that shit. Worst come to worst, you know what George could do? Loma, you want the WBO? Take that shit. I still got 2 other belts. What's the problem? I still got 2 other belts in a Ring magazine. What's the problem?
Now,
it's a couple of American.
I won't like that, but at the same time, it is what it is.
It is what it is, though. That like they acting like because I don't want to go to Australia. You got to play my game. Bro, Australia not, bro, it was a fight card out there. So when I read that shit, I'm like, what you mean Australia lockdown? It's a card coming up in March with Michael Zarafa. What are you talking about?
Ain't Tim Tszyu selling out the house still when he fight?
Yeah, but it's not even just the Tim Tszyu shit. Like, they don't pay attention. It's a Michael Zarafa card coming up. And the only reason I know about it ain't because of Michael Zarafa. It's because of Shernika Johnson. That's where her title fight going to be. And it's another couple of cards. So I'm like, what do you mean 50% of Australia is locked down? They having fights down there, bro. What you talking about?
Sounds to me like they prepping them just another excuse, maybe not to have the fight. I don't know.
They don't want to go.
Listen,
David's not going to go.
Before we get into the boxing shit, I just wanted to talk about the Baumgartner Shield shit and the cock-sucking trolls on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like really, motherfuckers? Really? Yo, a lot of y'all motherfuckers need jobs, B. On some real shit. Like, y'all need jobs, B.
They need to get some pussy. That's what they need.
Get some fucking pussy, too, B. Like, on some real shit. Get some ass. Get the fuck outside. Bust a couple nuts, man. Stay outside.
If I was rich, I'd pay for it. Hit me up.
Motherfuckers got to stop this bullshit. Now, let's get to the boxing shit. I had to vent because I felt like I was being attacked. Feel me? That's the homie, B. Leave the homie alone, B. I don't give a fuck what she said, dog. Leave her the fuck alone, dog. And that's all I'm gonna say about that shit. The Devin Haney shit, and I'm gonna go around the panel. This is my take, right? I said this already here on the channel. I don't see Devin going to Australia. Now I want to start off with Shelton. What's goody, Shelton? You know what's going on, right? And they talking about we need to look at other places. We need to kill this narrative that the fight has to be in Australia because George wants a homecoming fight. He wants the fight to be there. Whereas, Bill, he's saying now we need to look at other places because Australia is shut down, except Australia is not shut down, bro. It's literally a card next month. So I'm like, what are you talking about? Or are you just hoping that people don't know that? What's your thoughts, Shelton?
I think they got to look at the situation for what it really is. This guy got the belts. This guy's calling the shots.
I agree.
Put a package together. He's the champion. If he picks you, his people are gonna send you an offer sheet. They're gonna send you a term sheet. If you agree to the terms, you fill it out, send it back, get the contract sent, sign the contract. You say, Haney, Bill, and Devin, that's about legacy, and you want to be undisputed. If the man gives you a shot at legacy and being undisputed, what is the valid reason for not taking it?
I'm gonna say this before I pass it to Mark, right? When Lomachenko fought motherfucking Lopez, he had to take a pay cut. He didn't get to make the money who mic is fucked up. He didn't get to make the money that they was originally supposed to make because it was in a bubble. There was nobody there, but he made the sacrifice. Like, yeah, I want his red belt. Fuck it. If that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. Mark, what are your thoughts on that shit?
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me join the panel. As always, it's a blessing to be welcomed on. And big up to everybody who's listening. Shout outs, guys. Smack the like button for Ring IQ Boxing Talks. All right. So, my thoughts on it, man. Overall, Jay, is first of all, there's an old adage that American boxing fans have used for years. Oh, we the champ, so you got to come to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
George right now, he's the one with all the belts.
Mm-hmm.
If you want those belts, hey yo, you got to play Hobson. You got to go over there. That's if you want to fight there, and they have the money there, that's where you go. Now, if you don't want to, then you ain't going to get the fight. Somebody else will be blessed with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, when they're saying, okay, Australia is locked down, I think from what I know, no, it's not. Because I just recently watched a very dramatic situation in the world of sports, didn't we all, fellas? Mm-hmm. With Mr. Novak Djokovic in the tennis world, the Australian Open. He couldn't go because he wasn't vaccinated. Now, I also know, and Jay, you can testify to this, that Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos were both ordered by the IBF, as did every fighter. If you are not vaccinated, you will be stripped. You will be removed from our rankings. Now, if Australia is locked down, as Bill's saying, it must be locked down for that reason. And that reason alone, Devin won't be able to get in on a visa because he wouldn't be cleared medically due to no vaccine. That'd be the situation in Australia at the moment, based off of what we've seen with Novak. Anyway, this is just speculative. It's not 100%
Devin is vaccinated already, though.
Yeah, is he?
Yep, he said he got vaccinated.
You seen his vaccine sheet?
No, he said he gotten vaccinated. That's what I'm saying.
Let me say this because I said this yesterday. Hold on. I'm trying to work out the background joint. Let me say this, right? You got working class citizens in America that have to get the jab just to maintain their little fucking jobs. They have to get the jab. They're put in a position where they have to get the jab just to keep their little fucking job. So, Devin, if you have to get the fucking jab to go fight George, then get the fucking jab. Otherwise, you don't want to fight George. You don't want undisputed.
So Devin's first dosage, right? I don't think he's gotten the second or the booster. So I don't think he'd get into Australia. Either way, that fight's not happening next, based off of what we're hearing, especially on Team Devin's side. No, it ain't. You can get there. I can go to Australia. I can get into Australia.
Liam, shout out to Liam. Liam says Isaac, because that's the card that's coming up. It's the Zarafa versus Hardman card. Isaac Carson will lay Zarafa out. NSW, Vic governments have just announced next month stadium will be back to 100% capacity ahead of NRL, AFL seasons. And I knew that because that's the card where Shernika Johnson gonna fight for the IBF. So I'm like, what do you mean that they're under lock? No, they ain't. So you're lying. Now, why are you lying? So that you don't look bad when you walk away. Because y'all don't want to go to Australia. That's what it really. And I always feel like, bro, them cats not going. Loma will go down there. I don't see Devin going down there, bro. Eson,
Julius,
what are your thoughts?
I mean, bro, I remember on the live for the Kambosos-Lomachenko fight, I was telling you, I'm like, man, Devin's not going to go to Australia. And I knew Bob would end up getting Loma that fight, whether it's from working it out on a regular deal shit or a WBO mandate. And I agree with you saying that they're trying to get the ball rolling now. That when the time comes, like, okay, you don't want to make a deal, Paco, we need these
Yeah,
belts. I said it from the jump. I'm like, yo, that belt hasn't had a mandatory in about 2 years.
exactly.
So they had a short window of time. December was, I mean, really December through January. They should have had it done by now. Realistically, if
And
they were
and
really working for the fight, you should have had it done by now.
and this is my thing, right? Y'all know that I ain't one of these guys calling Devin an email champ because that's some sucker ass shit. Like y'all blaming him for some shit that he did not do. He did not tell Loma to get franchise. You know, I'm like he didn't. He ain't the motherfucking one that made that decision. If not for that, it wouldn't be no franchise at 135. All right. So I ain't one of them that be talking that shit. But what I'm saying now is, yo, listen, you need this more than George. Motherfuckers don't want to, like, yes, he needs it more than George because the big fights at 140, right? You're not winning them shits.
I think Devin will
Yeah.
get eaten alive up there. I'm sorry to say he's good, but I don't think he's. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think he's
He's not ready for no pro grade. He not ready for no pro grade. He not ready for no Matias. He not ready for no Taylor. You crazy? He not ready for none of that, B. Not that he could, not even that he would get them joints, but I'm saying, look, what waits for you at 140 is a desert because Top Rank has the run of that place. It's divided, but it's a desert. You may not get the fight for a belt up there for a while. So you need to do what you can now that's relevant. Get that man in the ring. Even if it ain't for the kind of money you want, get him in the ring and beat him because you could live off of that for at least 12. For at least, like, yeah, I beat that motherfucker. He beat fucking Lopez, and Lopez beat Loma, and I beat George. I'm in there.
What a comeback that would be if Loma was to get the fight and beat him. Because I think he would beat the shit out of George,
Bro,
being
he'll
real.
beat George, bro. He'll beat George.
He'll stop him. He'll stop him.
He'll beat George, bro. Like, I don't have a doubt in my mind. Australia, America, Jupiter.
If Tio had the energy to just like throw a flurry, he would have had George out of there anyways. So
Real shit. What I'm gonna say is, what I honestly see happening, it's a little bit nuanced. I don't believe that the Kambosos people want the Loma fight. I don't think
it's risky. They know that.
I don't.
I think, yeah.
Not just the risk, but the money too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that's Top Rank. They ain't gonna offer you but so much.
That's money's a matchroom, but but I mean, it's like
Lee Selby, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying it for weeks.
Yo, you want listen. This the shit, right? This the shit, right? Bill said, yo, they fill in football stadiums. And I read that shit. I'm like, you think Devin Haney and George Kambosos, and like, what you talking about football stadiums, bro? You think they gonna fill a football stadium with that fight? Australian kid that most people, and another kid that you think you'll fill a stadium? Where?
They will fill more tickets. They will fill more tickets in Australia than in the US for sure.
I know they would.
Who's echoing?
Who Mike fucked up, man? Like the fuck? Like who you like? What stadium in America they gonna fill with that fight? Yo, whoever Mike fucked up, mute that shit. Y'all capping. Keep underestimating George at your own peril. I'm just listen, man. As a gambling man, I would not bet on George to beat Loma. But I did say I think that Tio is fucking up. I did say that for like a year, like Tio fucking up, bro. Like you fucking up. You gonna fuck around, get beat. And he got beat. Loma's a different animal, B. If they fight, I am going with Loma, but something tells me that they not gonna fight neither. Something tell me they not gonna fight neither. That if worse come to worse,
I don't think they're gonna let that happen. Bob's not gonna let that slip through his fingers.
This the thing, bro. David McWater and Lou will tell George, yo, that motherfucker want the WBO? Give it to him. Fuck him. Because we got two other belts.
You don't need that belt. You don't need that belt. Yeah,
we got two other belts. We could fight out of Australia henceforth because we still got two other belts. We could always say, hey, we don't like your money. take the belt, bro. They know who the real champ is because you ain't beat me. I beat the dude that beat you. It's a lot of angles in boxing. I'm keeping. I don't see Devin going down there, but something tell me, yo, Loma might not get the fight, bro.
Probably won't. Who knows? I mean, like, you know, he might Georgia, but he might do an easy gimme in Australia. I can see that. I really could. Like Marcus saying, Lee Selby just did, just easy.
George might become the new Felix Sturm.
He might be
Germany,
the new
Germany only.
He might be the next Sven Otke. Sven Otke, but with a better resume than Sven.
He's already got one. He's already got a better. He's got Teofimo Lopez and Lee Selby.
I know but I'm saying it's that because I'm like, look, the money that Top Rank is offering, is it really better than what? Because we know who's financing the fight, and it ain't fucking Lou. It's Eddie. Eddie is financing the fight, right? So you gotta ask, like, well, do you think that Bob is gonna, give him more money than Eddie? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But I know it's a more dangerous fight. Like, he stands a better chance against
You
Devin.
gotta look at it this way too. Would Bob be willing to put up the money knowing he'd get those belts back with Loma?
I mean,
it's a gamble. Business is a gamble sometimes. I'm just saying, he might be looking at it like, yo, I know he'll bring these belts back.
It depends though on how much money, right? He may be willing to pay like George.
True.
Let's say, and Julius will even say this is even a stretch for Bob. He may be willing to give George about $3 million, but that'd be like, I would say, the max, the absolute fucking max to get the titles back, because he's going to look at what Loma's value has been, and he's not going to see that back in one fight. He'll look at that as like a 2-fight thing after that. So that's the thing. How much money can Bob realistically pay? It's not like, no offense to Lomachenko, it's not like Lomachenko is a massive draw. It's not like he ain't. He's a great fighter. But when you're talking with Bob, it don't matter how good the fucking fighter is. It's about the dollars.
More importantly, Mark just hit the nail on the head with the $3 million. Like, I think that they want something close to 5, maybe even 10. Like, the way they're pricing this fight, I feel that like yo, dog, like, what kind of money are you looking for, bro? Because if you're looking for 10, that's crunchy as hell, bro.
That's
like
crazy.
If you looking for 5, that's crunchy. Like, bro, you not a $5 million fighter, bro. Not yet. You not. You got to have the big event to become that $5 million fighter. Because
there
you're
is
not there yet.
Julius, can I say something?
Go ahead, bro.
Look, like you say some time ago, Lomachenko is a good B-side fighter because, let's say, Kambosos Jr. is well known in Australia, and plus that, you have Lomachenko that is well known in the boxing world in general, and between the casuals. So if you put together the people that follows George Kambosos with the people that know, at least in some way, how good Lomachenko is, you have a good payday. If George Kambosos plays his cards right.
But also, Leo, tack on the fact that one fight is a lot riskier than the other. Even if George likes his chances, I'm not even saying that he doesn't because he's a fighter. He's going to fight, right? Lou knows. David McWater, Peter Kahn is his guy. My bad. Peter Kahn. I keep saying David McWater, but Peter Kahn is George's guy. And they know we do this Lomachenko fight, 75% chance to 80 we lose these belts. This is it. So do we even want this fight?
Yeah, other thing. There are 2 fighters that I can think of that they really want to be undisputed. Vasil Lomachenko and Alexander Usyk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those 2.
Yeah.
Nobody else. If someone else at the time gets the
Crawford.
undisputed, it's because some other way they stumble into being undisputed.
Well,
For
I
me,
think it's because they view it as a job. Like, if you're not fighting for undisputed, then why you even on the fucking job? whereas all these other cats want to angle and angle and angle because of the talent level. Like, I'm not knocking George. What he did was great, but realistically, who on this panel thinks he can beat Lomachenko?
I do.
Puncher's chance.
You think he could beat him, really?
I think he can. I don't think he will.
Well, that's not an answer. I don't know what that is.
What I'm talking about is about.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible George can beat Loma. It's possible.
But is it
But it's
greater than
not
the
probable.
possibility of Loma beating him?
It's not probable.
It's not probable, no. But it's possible.
Yeah.
All right. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Mario. Appreciate you, Mario. Pound for pound boxing channel, hermano. Thanks for the support, women's boxing. We got to keep T.O. in our prayers. Something going on there. Yeah, that kid, I don't even take cheap shots at T.O. no more. That kid going through too much. Liam Rockwell says, Haney is more marketable in Australia compared to Loma. Bear in mind, Liam is in Australia, so he would know. I can't tell you who's more marketable in Australia. I can't tell you that. If he says that Devin Haney is more marketable there, I guess I'm going to just have to take his word for it.
That may
So
be,
they
but
know-
you know what the problem is that Haney and his team don't want to go to Australia.
I've always thought that. I've always thought that.
That's the way I felt about him, is that he doesn't want to play the visitor, and that he doesn't understand that. Well, Lou doesn't have the money to kind of pay him what he wants. So it's pretty much on Eddie to do the thing. I mean, cut Lou out or some shit like that.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this. That's one of those moments where you got to bite the bullet for the other side of the fight. If you like your chances against this guy, go down there and get them belts and get control of the division. No, you're not going to get paid a bunch of money, but I'm going to tell you something. Who you think going to pay you a bunch of money to go up to 140 and fight nobodies? Because that's what's about to happen.
Yo, if he gets 4 belts, imagine how much Eddie's gonna pay him then. That's what you think about it.
Exactly.
The problem is
That's how you
everybody's so
market
held
yourself.
up on money.
Not
One at a time. Go ahead, country.
The problem is everybody's so held up on money that they are not seeing the bigger picture. I mean, if he went down there and he won and he ends up with all 4 belts, well, he just built himself not only a legacy, or at least somewhat of one, but then he's in the driver's seat and he can do a lot of different things. But I don't know, the money's not good enough. Man, come on! There's more to boxing than just money. I mean, I know it's a business, and I know it sounds contradictory, but there is more to it than just money.
Well, more so, they try to remove the legacy. They try to separate legacy from money when legacy and money go hand in hand, because the biggest money makers also have the best legacies. You don't see no bum. You don't see no bum ass motherfucker getting top dollar. Nah, the motherfuckers
True,
that.
but at what point does I mean, if I was in Haney's shoes, I would go for it. I would go to Australia. The hell with it.
No, I mean, but see, we on the same page. We on the same page that I think. Look, even if you can't get the money that you want for that fight, you should still go because it's winnable. That's the main. It's winnable, bro. You'll win them belts from. Don't let Loma get them belts, because you're not beating him for another year, maybe 2 years, bro. Like, really though, and that's if you don't outgrow the weight. Because I think he already outgrew Devin Haney. I think he outgrew lightweight. Go ahead, Virtuoso.
So yeah, like for those saying that, okay, Haney is more marketable than Loma, but it's like, okay, how is that gonna work though? How does that play out? Like, you got 1 belt, and 4 belts could garner more attention and more money. So if he does this, then you could consider him more marketable. To me, Loma is still a more accomplished fighter than Haney at this point.
Liam says, and bear in mind, Liam is in Australia, the brash American compared to the respectful Ukrainian will sell a lot better to the casual audience in Australia, similar to Kostia versus Judah. That's a fair point. But he doesn't want to go there, Liam. That's the problem. Listen, that's not a new thing that I said today. I've been saying, I don't think Devin gonna go to Australia, bro. I don't
trust
that.
any.
But is that what they're looking
travel
for? Is brashness in a fighter? Like, do you see like fighter acumen like inside the ring? Like, that's, to me, all right. Yeah, you sell yourself with your mouth, right? But like, your skill set on the ring also is your bread and butter, you know. So it's like,
Yeah,
and what
but you
people
can't
could say
say
about Haney, like, oh, he's boring, like, and this and that. How do you know that they don't feel the same way that the way Americans feel about him over here?
I'm laughing though. Devin Haney, Brash.
yeah, like
Yeah, like,
But
he's
in
not
serious,
I
bad.
mean, this is a guy who was asking her.
It ain't Adrian fucking Broner, bro. Like,
nah.
if Devin, look, with Devin's skills, if he was talking like AB, you'd have a fucking point. But Devin's like, yeah, like, what the fuck?
I have more followers than you.
He has a sharper tongue on Twitter than he does on the mic.
That's true.
but
Yeah,
guys,
he does.
this is the problem with Devin Haney. Let's say he goes to Australia, he beats George Kambosos, he
Mhm.
becomes undisputed, true and true.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next?
Nothing.
It doesn't nothing because it doesn't become a household name
No.
because of that.
Nope.
And after that, in my opinion, it's there for the taking because at 135, it's not gonna last. It's
No,
gonna
it's-
take a. It's
thank
gonna
you.
take an L.
Thank you.
How many
Because-
times? I mean, does he even make? How many times does he even defend his belts? at all?
Listen.
Like,
We have the example, Jay.
Yep.
Josh Taylor came here from the United Kingdom and became undisputed on foreign soil. Is he a household name in America?
No, absolutely not.
So Devin, the thing with Devin is you haven't had a big fight, a signature fight. You actually need this because when you go up to 140, you're not going to get none of that. You're not getting a Taylor fight. And really, that might be better for you because he'll beat you. Yeah, he'll beat you. Prograde will beat you. Yeah. Subriel Matias, too much for you. Too big, too strong. The guys that is the guys at 40, you can't beat those guys. You got a whole bunch of nothing waiting for you at 140. So before you leave 135, have a big fight so we can say later on in the next 12 months, yo, but he was undisputed, bro.
Yep.
He was undisputed.
Question
That
comes, like who 140 can Devin beat? Do you see him beating?
Yo, do ask
Honestly,
Lewis
don't
Ritson.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
maybe him and Tio end up fighting at 140.
Nah,
Bro, I don't know what's
Nah.
about to happen with T.O. to be real with you, but whatever happens with him, it's gonna happen at Top Rank. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
whatever happens.
he needs to get himself right before that Barboza fight. He really does.
Yeah.
That head, his head is
Yeah.
gone, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, like what I see. In other words, for Haney, I feel he's already outgrown the weight. You have an opportunity in front of you to make history, which is important, but you're prioritizing the bag more than the history, not realizing the history might get you the bag, but you got to be willing to sacrifice something. Go down there and beat this guy because you stand a better chance of beating him than even getting Loma in the ring. If Loma beats you to those belts, forget it. It's over, bro. It is over, bro.
This is a wrap. You had your chance.
It's
You missed
over.
your
Yeah.
opportunity. You went to
Missed the
close.
boat.
Because once Loma get them belts, who is Bob gonna feed Loma to? Shakur Stevenson. That's how that's gonna go. We see it all. Shakur already asking for that fight. He about to fight Valdez, yeah, and all of that. I think he gonna beat Valdez, right? And I see a Loma fight. Maybe a year from now, maybe, or a year and a half, and he'll get the belts from him if you don't get them first. And
Loma slows down enough.
I
Or
mean,
if
look,
Loma
Loma, yeah, but
retires.
Loma not invincible neither, bro. That's the other shit. Like Loma's style is great and all of that, but that is not a young guy and that is not a big guy. So
How long
True,
do you
but-
think it'll take Loma to retire if he gets the belts? All of them.
not long. Because he's not going to 40, bro. He got no business at 40.
He
No
already
way.
said
Absolutely
he already
not.
said his dream. He already said his dream is 4 belts. So if he was to beat George, let's say, and if he was to get Haney, that's it. He's done.
Yeah.
He's
He
already older. That's
he
it.
just said to go back down to 130 if he can get 4 belts. He said that.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
more likely he gets the 4 at 35.
They're just undisputed. That's all he wants. Super featherweight, lightweight. Just he wants to be undisputed. That's it. No matter where it's at.
Yeah. The way I see it, right, it's a race. It's a race between Devin and Loma. And if you actually have George on the phone and he's talking to you and y'all going back and forth, listen, whatever sacrifices you got to make them. Because if Loma get them belts, it's over for you, bro. And what are you going to do at 40? Let's say Loma gets the fight. Loma and George sometime this summer. Where does that leave Devin at 35? Ryan don't want to fight you. Tio, he went to 40. Who you gonna fight? Davis not gonna fight you. Isaac Cruz ain't gonna fight you. He about to fight Gamboa.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Are you
I
kidding?
Yo,
even-
isn't that a
I
dunk?
even
Isn't that a
playing
dunk?
it.
Yo, is that
Isn't
a
that a
joke?
dunk?
Yes,
Isn't that a
joke,
dunk?
right?
Bro, yo, listen. Let me paint the picture for you. Brock Lee. That's Brock Lee, yo. Let me paint the.
Hello.
Hey, Brock Lee.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Ain't shit.
I just had a quick point to make. I'm listening about Devin and Kambosos. Did anybody see the interview that Robert Garcia did?
Mm-hmm.
Where he was talking about Ryan and
Yeah, but this is what you know. What's wrong with Robert's assessment?
Yeah.
Look, Ryan about to fight Emmanuel to go in April, right?
Yeah.
And George may end up having a fight in May against who I don't know. I'm just hypothesizing. Let's say it's not Devin and it's not Loma. Beyond that, right? He's not going to be free to fight Ryan because the WBO by that time, they're going to order him to fight Loma at that point. Once we start getting into May and June and July, by the time all of that happens, the orders from the alphabets is going to come down. Ryan is not no mandatory to no belt. The fight that he about to have with Emmanuel to go, that shit ain't no motherfucking eliminator.
Yo,
I've had it with Ryan,
Julius,
that
I was
guy,
just
man.
thinking, man, like, just judging by, like, I was laughing about his last name. I'm like, yo, Tanky gonna fight. He's gonna battle instead of Roy. He'll be fighting Applebee's to go.
So when is that order supposed to come in?
I would say look for that order to first. This is what I think is happening, right? Lomachenko himself on his own social media, he said, yo, George, we just sent you an offer. What I believe is he's not going to accept the offer. If he doesn't accept the offer, then the order comes down in either March or April from the WBO, because at that point, Bob will put pressure on the WBO to get Lomachenko to fight, enforce the mandatory. The order hasn't come down yet. They're trying to use the free negotiation period to negotiate for free. Like, yo, they don't got to order us to fight. We could do a deal amongst ourselves. But if you don't play ball, now they're going to impose it on you. Like, all right, you have to fight him now.
And Bob has been saying before the Comey fight that the WBO has led him to believe that that'll be a final eliminator and they'll be the mandatory. It's not going to take long at all. That's going to be a last resort, but you already know. Look what he did for Johnny Beck. Johnny Beck became Boo-Boo's Mando when Boo had a mandatory like in the same year. So imagine with Loma when that belt.
That's what I mean.
2 years.
Go ahead, Sawab.
What's going on? What's happening, everyone? Julius is on one back to back lives there. I had a question. Isn't Australia? What's up, everyone? Isn't Australia still 50% lockdown?
No.
So it's not open. So what's if the fight happens in Australia? What's gonna happen? Would they be?
Sawab, it's not locked down. There's a fucking fight in March. It's not that shit that Bill said is not true. They're not locked down. That's why I said I don't know what you're doing, but it looks a lot like you trying to back out and not get blamed for it. Because I know for a motherfucking fact, Michael Zarafa versus Isaac Hardman is scheduled on the undercard of that, which is the only reason I give a shit. Shernika Johnson about to fight for the IBF. So what do you mean they're locked down? Where are they locked down?
The whole world is opening up now. I was just thinking Australia is a bit down under, so they're a little bit delayed.
Nice one.
Hey, wait a minute. They ahead of us, bro. It's fucking Tuesday over there right now, bro. They ahead of us.
They got time travel.
Tuesday is Monday.
Whatever it is, it's that time over there. The point that I'm making is what Bill said is not true. And the whole time that people have been saying, oh, it's locked down, bro, they've been having fights with crowds down there since fucking 2020, bro. They've been having crowds down there. So it's like, I don't know what, like fucking Tim Tszyu fought, Joseph Parker fought Junior Fa, fucking Paul Galen was fighting Lucas Brown. It's mad cards that was happening down there. I watched some of them shit. So I'm like, what you mean they locked down? I just seen a card.
Who's Tim Tszyu's next opponent?
Terrell Gausha. It's supposed to be Terrell Gausha if he accepts the offer to fight on the undercard of Castaño versus Charlo too.
Okay.
He'll
That'd be a
probably
nice
knock.
showcase.
He'll probably knock him out. He probably will.
Change of topics, if you guys don't mind. I was just watching Billy Joe Saunders. When you guys are ready, Adrian, I don't want to button if it's okay.
No, I mean, I was gonna talk about that because I was gonna do an episode of the Relay about that, but I'd be repeating myself because that's not the first time he said that. He basically wants something like, I think, £5 million, which is like $6-7 million for the Chris Eubank fight, and I'm like, bro,
it's a lot of money.
Scott not gonna, bro, Scott not gonna give you that for that. Like,
he want the same money to fight Chris Eubank that he got to fight Canelo. You out of your fucking mind?
Like, bro, you what? Bro, I don't even know. Yo, look, I'm not.
You don't even have a title now. You coming off of a loss where you quit.
So
And he said he doesn't have Eddie Hearn's number, and Eddie Hearn doesn't have his number, but he's signed to the zone. So how's that gonna work?
So what does that fight do in the UK right now?
Oh fuck, 300K maybe.
See, this is like
maybe.
Did you say 2 or 3? Did you say 2 or 3? So
2.
So that's at £20, 200K for that. That's $4 million,
bro.
That's what I'm saying. He's asking for too much money,
bro. He don't want that fight.
That's like going from like a poker table from a 5-star casino, right, to a fucking bingo hall and expect to get to pay the same, man. Like, what are you doing?
And also always look at the flip side, right? The opponent, yeah. So let's say Billy Joe Saunders wants $5 million. They say they're gonna do it. How much is Chris Eubank gonna want? Because he ain't gonna take less money than Billy. He ain't going to. He's just not going to.
That's what.
That's why the fight's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
There's no way it happens because at that rate, just to pay their purses. They'd have to do 500,000 pay-per-view. But
yo, because
Dillian White and Joseph Parker didn't even do that.
Listen. Mark already made the point. If Billy won 6, what you think Chris gonna want? Like, if he getting 6, I gotta at least get 6. So we got to do 12 million in guaranteed purses for these two that ain't even got a belt. You wildin', bro.
What did
not the same, man.
What did Chris get for the Liam Williams fight? Anybody know?
He probably got $1 million. The base, I think the base number that he got at least about $1 million, at least.
You know, he could have got Williams, Liam.
Yes, he could have. Country, I agree. Country, he could have, and
he didn't. I don't know why he didn't
play with his food.
Because he a dickhead, bro. Like, and that was some shout out to Openda Gates. I appreciate that, bro. Didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. He a dickhead, bro.
You know why Chris is an asshole, guys? Is because he cost an innocent man his life savings who put it on him to knock him out.
It ain't even it's like that shit. Look. You knocked the motherfucker down 3 times in the first half of the fight. How you really spent 4 rounds bullshitting and playing? Like, I understand a round. I could understand, like, I'm a chill, I'm a bullshit a little bit, get my energy up, and then the next round I'm gonna fucking knock his ass out. I understand. You did that for 4, maybe 5 rounds.
Julius, we didn't even get to see him like throw his pan and like forearm punches, like them right and left forearms. You know, when he wilds out, when he gets you stunned, we didn't see that. All he was doing was showboating, dancing and shit.
Mm-hmm. Jay,
go ahead.
Just as you know, in the private chat, this is the only kind of source I could kind of find on the purses for Williams and Eubank.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of articles are running with the same numbers.
Let me see what he got.
So his guarantee was 500,000.
Oh,
that's it.
That was his guarantee. And then
yeah, I see
it. Jay, you understand this. You understand that.
Yeah.
Full breakdowns. But that's in dollars, by the way, so people know.
Bruh. Wow. I mean, look. What are you supposed? Really though? What are you supposed to pay 2 guys that don't have belts? What are you supposed to pay them?
Yeah, that's true.
My other thing is, right, it's saying pay-per-view share. Now I'm assuming that's just for the US market, and they wouldn't have done a lot on that because this wasn't on pay-per-view. That's the thing. It wasn't on pay-per-view in the UK.
It wasn't on pay-per-view in the UK?
No, it was on regular Sky. Regular Sky.
Wow. I didn't even know that shit. I really
What a
thought it was a
robbery.
pay-per-view over there.
Wasn't it? So what? Wasn't that on regular Sky?
Yeah, it was on regular Sky. They said they was
Wow.
going to put it on pay-per-view, but because it got delayed like twice or three times, so they put it on normal pay-per-view.
And I reckon
No,
this
no,
source
just
is
on
from
normal.
the original time they were going to do it, Jay. So I reckon Eubank probably got about 700K. That's what I think he got, and I think Williams got about 400. I think the total purses would have been 1.1.
Well, look, I mean, Billy has one foot halfway out the door anyway. To be real, like he hasn't officially retired, but he don't got the passion for this. Like, bro, who gonna give you $6 million, bro? Who though?
I mean, he got his eye broke. He got his eye shattered in his last fight.
And remember, he got stabbed in the hand. Most people don't. He got stabbed in the hand, fucking around out there somewhere. He got stabbed up, fucking with some folk. So, like, who you about to box with a stabbed up hand?
Nobody.
And
Maybe
are you gonna
Maybe.
make 160? Because Eubank, that fight yesterday was middleweight. That wasn't no super middleweight fight. You gonna go back to 60?
They're gonna fight at a catch weight. Like, how's that? What's gonna happen?
That's what that shit ain't.
Billy Joe Saunders would have to cut off his leg to make 60.
Bro, he'd have to cut off my leg to make 60. And his. He had to cut off both. Like, I gotta cut you. Why? I don't. You know what I mean? Like, had to cut my shit too. Like, chill. Like, that shit ain't gonna happen, B. If anything, what's next is Eubank versus German guys that Wasserman gets him, because Wasserman has the. I'm telling you the truth. Eubank versus Farfendugan at 162.
Vincent Farfendugan, who Caleb Plant fought. Yeah.
Bacon boots. It's bacon boots.
Farfendugan. Real shit, yo.
Yeah,
But now that Billy Joe Saunders' face has been broken in, like, how do you see that fight going down if they were to fight again?
Listen, all right, I'm gonna be real with you, right? The Eubank I saw yesterday, if he fought the Billy that Canelo fought, that Eubank still loses because you doing a lot of dumb shit. You got the guy hurt, so you gonna stand there and look at him and shimmy and shake and shuffle.
He just gives up momentum. That was my biggest gripe with this motherfucker. He totally gave up whatever momentum he was building early on by doing all that silly shit.
Bullshit.
When he dropped him, when he dropped
Man,
him,
another thing that pissed me off even more about it. Let me go. Another thing that pissed me off was I saw a video of Roy's interview after. Roy Jones Jr. was asked, were you happy with his performance? He goes, yeah, I was happy with it. I liked it. The showboating, what the flip, man? I didn't expect that from Roy.
Jay, how many fucking North guns do you have?
Jesus, man.
A lot.
Oh man, that man is armed to the teeth, man.
And listen, like, so that they don't if you in a hallway, right? This the tactics. You gotta keep the gun close to your sternum, B. Don't even point the shit out. Keep it close to your sternum. Somebody pop up, man. Yeah, I ain't even.
He's ready for the Rolly Romeros.
One day I'm expecting Jay to be messing about. One day I'm expecting this man to be messing about there and just like pull the trigger, and then all we hear is somebody scream in the background like, "Julius, you."
that would be classic.
Now you gotta keep it noble, real shit. I'm trying to help y'all. So y'all end up in a look. If you going down a dark alley, right? Don't do this goofy shit because they could take it from you. You keep it here close to the torso on the sternum.
Julius,
if they pop up,
you should be doing parody of fucking urban survivalist videos.
I'm trying to help y'all out so y'all don't get in no shit. Like you do this goofy shit. Listen, if you do this goofy shit, you asking for a motherfucker to come take the shit. Keep it here. If he pop up, mang.
Julius, you're looking like a fucking proud boy.
Try to help y'all out, yo. I'm trying to keep y'all out of some shit, yo.
This is how you disarm somebody with a Nerf gun.
Just turn it sideways. Turn it sideways, boy.
Bro, motherfucker, listen. Any motherfucker that shoot like this, yo, I swear that shit irritate me. It's like, bro, who you trying to shoot? Like, who you trying to kill?
Hey, Julius, you forgot to hold it sideways.
Bro, Any motherfucker that like, if you do that goofy ass shit, like, bro, I should just blow your fucking noodles out your head for doing that goofy ass shit.
Jules, you got to count how many Nerf guns you got. I'd like to know, bro. I'm serious.
No, I got on some real shit. I got a lot.
Did anybody else notice that when Jay is holding that thing into his sternum, it looks like he's about to like put on a mini golf course?
Real shit, yo, like this be like, you know what I'm saying?
He putting.
Real shit, yo. But nah, man, like all jokes aside, I don't see the fight happening. I don't. I don't see Billy because Billy is at a point to where he has one foot out the door. So the only thing that'll make him change his mind is a huge bag. The problem is nobody's gonna give you a huge bag. You don't have a belt and you don't have a lot of fans.
Well, he's a dickhead, first of all. So
I mean, he could be a dickhead, but if he was a dickhead with fans, you could ask for a big bag. Billy was never nobody's sweetheart. Motherfucker really had to apologize to motherfuckers after the Akavov fight. He literally apologized to the people that like, I'm sorry, y'all, it's a bad night. Like, bruh, ain't nobody gonna give you $6 million, bruh.
Can I ask the panel a question? Did anyone believe his eye injury?
Well, I mean, let's put it this way, right? He never produced no X-ray to show us that the injury was legitimate, though at the same time, we don't get medical documentation every time a fighter claims that they're injured. So what's the,
but straight 2 weeks after his so-called surgery that he had, he's driving, he's on Instagram snapping himself driving the G-Wagon.
I saw it.
Like a maniac.
I mean, he could be lying. Nothing surprises me about that.
It's possible.
Dude.
I mean, like I say, like after it happened, his eye really swelled. So maybe I don't know.
That's what I mean. In the moment during the fight when he got hit, yo, his shit instantly
swelled like in 30 seconds, man. You could even
it looked like his eye was sunken. Like
there
was no cheekbone.
It looked like he really got fucked up. That's what I'm saying. So maybe he did get shit smashed.
I think Billy Joe Saunders is gonna drink and snuff all of that Canelo payday, and in 2 years he's gonna make a comeback against someone.
Yeah, like he'll come back as a light heavyweight journeyman and get the shit beaten out of him.
Yeah,
probably.
Julius, no matter how much money you make, just the gypsy and the traveler doesn't get out of you, bro. You're still doing the same thing, fighting people, stabbing people. Yeah, having shit with the police.
That's what I heard. That was the shit that I heard like a month ago, I think it was, that he got in some shit with some people. He tried to stab somebody and he ended up getting stabbed in the hand or some shit. So it's like, bro, he wilding.
You
he didn't get stabbed in the hand. He stabbed somebody else in the hand.
Oh,
he stabbed a young guy in the hand.
Oh, right. I remember
because he got fucked up in sparring or something. They had a 1-to-1 fight. He got smoked and he stabbed someone. He pulled a gun out, apparently, allegedly.
Billy is street dude, man. Like he is street dude. Like he ratchet, yo. I know me. He is street guy, bro.
You know what he is? You know what he is? He's a gypsy Adrian Broner. That's what he is.
That's exactly what he is.
That's exactly what he is.
That's exactly what he is.
Did anybody here actually watch the Thurman fight?
I did.
I did.
How was it? And then I walked out.
How was it?
I wasted my Monopoly money.
Did he win?
I'll give Thurman credit for making bars look like
at all on none of the relays.
Yo, you see the pictures afterwards, man?
I didn't watch that shit.
Come on, you know, Jules. You know, come on, you know.
Bro, I didn't watch that shit.
We're not trying to dust snitch here, man. Come on. Like,
Jay, are you asking for like anecdotes if he won as well, rather than just No, he won, and he won very comfortably. 9-3. 9-3.
I heard he got hurt to the body, is what I heard.
He did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got hurt to the body, but like that's a comfortable night for Keith. When was the last time Keith was in a fight where he didn't get hurt to the fucking body?
That's true.
I would love to hear the pay-per-view numbers of that.
Oh god.
Well, I'm gonna let you in on something here right now, Sawab. You're never gonna hear the pay-per-view numbers on that.
Oh, I'm upset, man. I thought it would be
By
in
the
the
way,
millions.
speaking of which, at the post-fight presser, Keith called out all the champions except Bud. Go figure. Yay.
I mean, like, look, bro, I'm at a point where I don't really even want to talk about welterweight no more because I'm like, bro, it's a wrap, bro. Like, this whole crop, all of them, except for Virgil and Ennis, all of y'all need to go. All of y'all, Thurman, Spence, get out of here, B. Just go, get out of here, retire. Sick of that shit. Y'all had
Nah,
one
I think
super
Uga
fight.
stays. Uga's gonna stay, but the rest can go.
No, Ugas can go too. Fuck that shit. Cause
I'll tell you one thing. Barrios does not belong at 147. He's gonna get killed.
He's gonna get torn to pieces.
He doesn't belong in boxing at the moment, man.
No, he does not, bro. Can we just
I'm just saying something that like the welterweight like does actually need is like that journeyman gatekeeper who'll give prospects rounds and shit. That's what Barrios can become, and that's he can be like a new Thomas Delorme, like later in his career Delorme, not early Delorme, late in his career Delorme.
I don't think he has the durability and wherewithal to be that journeyman because a journeyman can give you rounds. Now, granted that Keith Thurman went 12 with him, but that's because Keith Thurman ain't what he used to be. If you put that same Barrios in there with Butaev, he gets knocked out. If you put him in there with Stanionis, he gets knocked out. If you put him in there with Virgil Ortiz, I don't know if they would make that fight, but if you were to put him in there, he gets knocked out.
You put him
if
in
you
there
put
with Boots,
he gets knocked out.
Even
like he don't beat nobody at all at welterweight, bro. No one.
The guy has no defense practically. He stands there and gets hit too much, and then he tries to hit you with this 1-2, and that's it. It's like he can't even let his hands go.
He don't belong. He don't belong up there. He just don't belong up there.
Did y'all happen to see the photo on Twitter where like Barrios' face was swollen? It looked like the photo on Avatar.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I seen that shit.
It was his twin flame.
Bro,
it looked like Miriam Gutierrez's face too after the Serrano fight.
Bro, the bridge of his nose is all fucked up. But on some real shit, just thinking about the Thurman shit, right? We've reached the level of mediocrity because I saw how people were reacting during the fight on Twitter, like, "Oh, Thurman looking good." Like, bro, he's fighting Mario Barrios.
Unproven welterweight, man, and it's like, come on, man, you made him look like fucking Rocky Dennis. He's just.
What do you mean unproven welterweight? Unproven junior welterweight.
Junior, exactly.
Anyweight.
You know what? People were sitting there saying that Tank would KO Thurman at this point.
Probably would. I'm not joking though. He might actually because Thurman's body resistance and look, that little fat midget can crack somewhat. Especially, he took Barrios out to the body.
All right, now, Mark, I got a question. Mark, I have a question for you. Now, what Keith is basically saying is he's targeting the winner of Spence versus Ugas, but we know that, at least on paper, the winner of that fight is supposed to fight the winner of Butaev versus Stanionis. Who is the winner of Spence versus Ugas going to fight, in your opinion?
Keith Thurman.
Cricket.
That's the same thing I think
because it's the most money. There's no money in Stanionis or Butaev, literally none. And you've got way more money. And I'm just going to assume this is what the PBC are hoping for. Spence versus Thurman. That's Thurman's retirement fight, by the way. For anybody who doesn't know,
I agree with
retirement
you. I agree with you. See, this is why I like Mark. Mark has a little bit of psychic power because he's a Taurus. They're psychic, but they're angry when they're psychic. They're only psychic about shit that makes them angry. If Mark gets mad about some bullshit in boxing, that's when he has the visions. That's so Mark. Like that's so Raven. That's so Mark. And when it comes to that shit, the WBA, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? The WBA is gonna let them. They're gonna let the winner of that fight Thurman. I don't trust the WBA to do their job anymore because I think the Alphabet Commission has eased off of them the pressure that they were under. And now they're just going to get back to doing what they were doing. There are less titles out there in circulation, but they'll try to get away with this. They will let the winner of that fight Thurman.
Okay, but what happens with the Staniones? Another step aside deal?
Stanionis will be guided elsewhere, I believe, because he's pro bellum. And that's assuming, right? Like, I haven't heard a lot about Butaev versus Stanionis, if I'm being honest. The last I heard about it was fucking weeks ago, bro.
That fight's probably not even going to happen.
That's kind of how I feel. Like, yo, them guys probably not going to fight. Like, what I'm going to fight him for this money? No, because if you think about Stanionis, right, who's with pro bellum, his guys might be like, yo, what we going to fight Butaev for? What we going to get for that? We ain't going to get nothing for that. For that, fuck that. Let's go.
150K to fight that good? Fuck no.
That's what I mean. Like they might back out. Like, man, fuck that. Fuck that whole situation. Because for all we know, we're not even gonna get that fight. If we win, we not gonna get that fight. So fuck that. We might not see that shit. Rider of the Storm says the Ugas versus Spence winner will fight Thurman because it keeps the belts in-house. Barrios needs to go back down to 140 and fight Cruz. Cruz by decision. To my Isaac Cruz?
Yeah,
you want Isaac? Yo, that size discrepancy would be like Callum Smith versus Canelo all over again. That's
Isaac,
fucking hilarious.
Listen, Chava at ESPN Mexico already put it out there. They may put Gamboa in there with Cruz, bro.
So that's
that's
not a joke.
That's not a joke. That's dead ass. Go to Twitter, put in Chava ESPN. That's one of their correspondents. He put it out there. Yeah, this dude gonna fuck around, either him or Mickey Roman. Mickey Roman would be all right if Mickey Roman were active. I don't think Mickey has fought since Burchelt beat the shit out of him. That was like 2 years ago.
Dude, how much are they going to keep?
Wait, didn't he fight against O'Shaki Foster?
Who Mickey Roman?
Yeah.
From 130, Mickey Roman.
Yeah, didn't he fight O'Shaki Foster there on? Do you remember when they were doing Ring City USA over there on which network was it? Was it NBC
that was NBC? Yeah. Let me see.
Hey, how much are you going to keep recycling Gamboa though, man? That dude's way past his prime.
That dude, at this point,
he's a new John Molina.
He's nothing but a journeyman for these younger cats. That's it.
Jesus Christ, man.
All right. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Damn, I didn't even know that. He fought O'Shaki Foster in 2020 in November. Then he fought Sergio Puente and last year in August, and he won by TKO. So he's coming off a win.
Mickey Roman is more active than Keith Thurman and Gary Russell Jr. combined over the last 5 years.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Damn.
That is fucking nuts, bro. And he got knocked. He didn't get knocked out, but he got the shit beaten out of him because Burchelt beat the fucking shit out of him, bro.
Oh, Shaki Foster beat the fuck out of him too.
I didn't see that shit. He beat the shit out of him?
Yep.
Yeah, the man came in, gave it a go, but he just has no punch resistance left, man. He's a walking dead man.
Well, the two names that Chava tied to Isaac Cruz's next fight was Mickey Roman and Yuriorkis Gamboa.
So I guess
Isaac Cruz is winning his next fight by knockout.
And then and you know what happens after that, Mark? Davis versus Cruz 2. If Davis beats Rolly, if he don't beat Rolly.
So I think it's safe to say that Isaac ducked Ryan.
I was going to do
Can we say that? Can we say that?
I can't stop.
I'm unbibled boxing, Mao.
Oh.
You gotta stop doing me like that, Jay.
Yo, man, Rolly's.
So Isaac swerved Ryan. Can we say that? Or
no, because this the thing. Like, he swerved Ryan, but also this news was strategically placed because yesterday Jojo Diaz called him out, and I said yesterday that, like, yo, he putting him on the spot because this ain't Ryan Garcia no more. Jojo done fought Jojo fought a lot of motherfuckers between 130 and 135. He fought a lot of motherfuckers.
I actually like that fight better, if I'm being honest.
Now, being real, if Jojo call you out and you don't. We can't blame Joe. Like, bro, JoJo fight everybody. He chose to fight Fortuna. He did not have to fight Fortuna. He chose to do that shit. So if he call you out and y'all don't fight, it's gonna look bad on you, not him, because he got the resume. You don't. Your claim to fame is losing to Gervonta Davis and swerving Ryan Garcia. And I believe that they wanted that fight for Ryan. I said it in a video. Like, I don't believe that they were scared of Isaac because it's a good style matchup for Ryan. He probably could knock him out.
I think he could.
He'll do that same shit he did to Fonseca.
Yep.
He'll set him up.
That time and left hook shit. Yeah.
Set him up, left hook.
Fuck, he was out like a light, man. They replayed that shit.
It was a good knockout. I ain't gonna front. I put it in the intro.
By the way, can I ask a question to panel? Can I ask a question to panel right quick? Jules, you already know, but all right. I put up a poll today. It got some interesting responses. Do you guys actually think Tank could beat Keith at 147?
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, it very well could happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
He stops him late.
Jules, you too? You think so too?
Yeah, because Keith is in shambles, bro. Keith is in shambles. Look, being real, I ain't like no jokes, no punchlines, right? You're not supposed to go 12 with it. Like motherfuckers play too many games in boxing, and it's just too much stupid shit in boxing right now. Bro, you went 12 with a dude that Gervonta stopped in his last fight.
And Keith didn't even drop him.
Like
either.
And this dude went less rounds than a 40-year-old Gamboa.
Yep.
That dude was there for you to, like, you should be able to get it, and you didn't get him out. Like, I saw the comments, and I just kept thinking to myself, like, yo, these dudes will say anything now, because if you going 12 with a guy like that, bro, you in shambles.
Okay, guys, get the y'all know Joe Goosen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what he said after the Thurman fight.
Lisa.
He said that credit to Mario Barras for going the distance was one of the greatest welterweights of all time.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
No, he
Yes,
didn't
he
say
did.
that. He didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
Bro,
yes,
I need to.
He
nah,
did.
I don't believe
yes,
that.
Go back and listen to that one, man.
I don't
swear to God.
That.
I swear to God. That's what he said.
I'm gonna ask. I gotta ask Mark, and this is a serious. I gotta ask Mark this. This is serious.
Cap and ask Joe Goosen. That's what's
serious boxing shit. Mark, this is serious boxing shit. All right, you ready for this shit?
Yeah.
Out of all the great welterweights in the whole of boxing, the annals and the anal of history, where does Keith Thurman rank? In the anal of boxing history.
Wow.
Like, what are we talking here? Sugar Ray Robinson, Keith Thurman right behind Robinson, or ahead of Robinson?
Oh my Lord. No, I'm actually trying to give a genuine place, and off head I can't give an actual
Do you
place.
think that Sugar Ray Leonard could go the distance with Keith Thurman?
No.
No, because he'd knock him out.
He'd knock him the fuck out. Yeah. No, I'll be honest with you. Like, he's below guys like Breland and Marlon Starling and everything like that, and
definitely.
they're not even in that conversation of top 15. So he's way behind those guys. He's behind Spence. He's behind there. Even though he has a win over him, you could argue he's behind Sean Porter as a welterweight. You could actually make the argument overall.
I don't know.
Somebody should take.
It's very close, but that's the thing, Jay. That's the thing. And Sean Porter ain't an all-time great welter.
Somebody take Joe Goosen off the booze, man, or censor him. Like, I don't.
Why? What did Joe Goosen do?
Joe Goosen said he's one of the greatest welterweights of all time.
I'm not making that shit
up.
He said that. That's what he said.
No, legit.
That's why he asked you that question, Mark.
Bro,
my God.
You hear me? That's what he said after the fight. He said that.
Huh?
That's what he said.
Same reaction as Floyd. Yeah.
Do you think Keith Thurman, like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Keith Thurman?
No.
Absolutely not.
Bro, I don't even fucking think shit like Man, I don't even know where it play. He's not in.
You know, there ought to be a law against.
I kind of think like Valdemar Holdborg, Keith Thurman. Do any of you know who that is? Do any of you know who that is?
No, Mark.
Exactly. And 80 years from now, nobody will know who Keith is.
Listen.
He had to be high saying that about.
But I'm sure at least somebody on this panel knows.
So wait, Mark, wait. I gotta stop because y'all going too fast. So on your Mount Rushmore of welterweights, you're telling me you don't have Keith Thurman?
I don't have anybody from this fucking era.
Jules, why you trolling? Why you trolling, bro?
Oh man.
Greatest
You know what? You're a
welterweights of
hater,
all
Mark.
time. You're a hater.
Joe Goosen needs to be slammed 1,000 times for saying that.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Carlos Valdemar is a greater welterweight than Keith Thurman. Fuck you, me. Fuck you, me.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, me.
No, but I am in agreement with Mark. That's the most sensible. That is the most sensible sequence of fights. That's what I see. All of those guys are shot except for Ugas, which is the weird thing. The wild card is if Ugas wins, what, Thurman Ugas? I mean,
Ugas has a better fucking win than fucking Keith in terms of all-time great ratings will win over Pacquiao.
That's true. He beat Manny.
Yeah.
Keith didn't.
That's true. That's right.
People forget that's getting lost. That's getting lost. It's true though.
Yeah. That's facts. That was good, country.
Keith Thurman's in a fucking. I'm not even joking. His welterweight ratings are in a conversation with two men who are accused of pedophilia: Carlos Valdemar and Victor Ortiz. That's kind of his level.
Honestly, it is though. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia.
Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Andre Berto. They all roll off the tongue together.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Bruh. All I'm gonna say is
I wish Tim was here so he could laugh at this.
Because though
Tim's a greater welterweight than him.
Bro, like I said, Tim's resume overall, 2 division champion, don't get enough shine. They don't.
Nah.
Unbeaten Lamont Peterson, unbeaten Devin Alexander, Ruslan Pravovnikov, 3 Pacquiao fights, Juan Manuel Marquez, bro. What we gonna compare? Oh, well, Keith beat Danny Garcia. Really?
Yay.
That ain't saying much.
I'm just saying, like this is serious shit. Like Spence's resume ain't better than Tim's.
Look, Keith, Jay, give me like the W's, right? Just the official results of Keith Thurman's best wins. Give me at welter. At welter,
there's only 2, Mark, that are noteworthy wins that are notable. Because the rest of those, the Collazo fight, the Soto.
Okay, so give them to me.
Fucking Danny and Sean. That's it.
Okay, so Danny and Sean, is that better than? And this is Bradley. Just so, any of you guys can answer this. These are all welter. Ruslan Provodnikov, Juan Manuel Marquez, Jesse Vargas, and
unbeaten Jesse Vargas,
and the first fight with Manny. So he has Manny, Marquez, 2 Hall of Famers, Jesse Vargas, unbeaten, and Ruslan Provodnikov.
Bro, I mean,
Tim Bradley's a greater welterweight all time than Keith.
Listen, it's not like in all seriousness, it's not a contest though. Like it really ain't. It ain't a contest.
If my nan had had wheels, she'd be called a bike. That's literally what you just said there. So there's not even a question. Tim Bradley obviously is better than Keith Thurman.
Yes, it's not.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. I love Tim. You don't normally hear the words Tim Bradley, an all-time great welterweight.
I'll tell you what.
To hear the term associated with Keith Thurman is ludicrous.
Listen, Tim will get in the Hall. Thurman will not get in the Hall. like at all, like
None
like
of the
at
PBC,
all.
There's just not enough,
none of the PBC
not
welters were
enough
getting off.
career-defining victories for him, and it's like he doesn't fight
Keith
that
Thurman
often.
will be the doorman to the Hall of Fame. Don't forget about the rest.
Good one.
Jesus fuck.
Nice.
Oh
You know-
shit! Now he'll be the dude that hold the towels in the bathroom. He'll hand you the towel.
Yo.
Remember
Earl,
me?
yo,
Can I
I'm
get
Keith
in?
Thurman.
Can I get in?
yo,
Remember me? I'm Keith Thurman.
Earl will be the stripper. He can be the
You only
stripper.
supposed to use the bathroom one time.
Nah, Errol gonna hand out them little sandwiches that shape like square. He gonna hand out them shits, them little sandwiches.
Yeah, Danny will be Danny will be the bartender as well.
Like yo, motherfuckers really think these cats that Errol and did like they really think like yo these cats is gonna get in. I'm like based on what? What would get Keith Thurman in the Hall of Fame? What?
There's so many videos of this debunking this shit.
I know what'll
Debunking
get
this
him in.
narrative.
I know what'll get him in. He lost to a Hall of Famer in Pacquiao, so you know,
That's true. He could get in for that. That's true. This is the unbeaten jackass that man.
Hold on, are y'all serious? Joe Houston said an all-time great welterweight.
No, that's
Mark,
not cap. That's facts. He said that.
I'm dead serious. I heard him say
Yo,
that.
his mic should have been cut off.
Yo, fuck that denim wearing fool.
No, he been hitting the bottle again. That's what.
Yeah, dude, he was interviewing.
That's what I'm saying. Yo,
Time,
like, yo,
man.
take his bottle away. Like,
Been hitting the bottle again, bro.
Yeah,
Seriously, no cap, no joke. He said it.
That is
He said it.
that is charlatan shit.
he might have been hanging out with Spence.
I mean, like, I had to check my iPhone to make sure. Hold on, wait a minute. Is something wrong with my shit that actually just hear him say this? Hold on, wait a minute. I'm like, is my shit fucked up?
Was
Wait
he
a minute.
laughing? Wait, nah. And this is a serious question. Was he laughing when he said this shit?
No, he wasn't. No, he
He
wasn't.
was dead ass, like one of the
He was dead
all-time great
was dead
welterweights.
And the other commenters, you know, they him, Lennox, and the other dude, they were all saying like, oh yeah, it's well, does it mean that you know he didn't stop Barrios? Do you mean it was a great performance? It was a great performance. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers.
You mean to tell me Lennox Lewis was doing commentary with him and he didn't pull him on that shit?
No, he didn't.
Lennox Lewis, you fucking
Bro, Lennox Lewis sold his soul to Fox a long time
Man,
ago.
he's
bro.
a
Yeah,
PBC
he did.
bitch,
He's chill
bro.
now, man.
Yeah, he's a shill. He's a PBC shill now.
But that's not even shilling, man. That's I don't know what that is.
Okay, we got a fantasy fight. George wants to know what y'all think. Prime Gamboa versus Prince Nassim at featherweight.
I got nothing.
Prime Nas knockout.
Don't
Yeah,
disrespect
Nassim
Prince
all the way.
Nazim like that.
All right. George
Gamboa
says, "Hey, Gaddy is in the hall, so bro, come on with that shit. Come on with
No,
that
man,
shit.
come on.
No, hold on. No, I'm not gonna allow that because people only talk about Gaddy when he was older and like whatever, but they don't actually talk about some of the shit that he actually did. He's a multi-weight champ, right? He knocked out Joey fucking Gamache, right? He had
did not-
many fights.
He slept.
He
with
had
him.
many fights of the years, but here's one for you. He beat Tracy Harris Patterson
Mm,
at Super Feather
mm,
twice.
mm.
He beat Wilson Rodriguez.
That
Like,
was a
that's
great
better
fight.
than what Keith Thurman did. Tracy Harris Patterson's better than any win Keith has.
I'm just-
Gotti versus Rodriguez was a badass fight, man. That was I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was one hell of a fight.
I'm
man.
gonna tell you what was a badass fight. Mickey Ward versus Emmanuel Augustus was a badass fight.
Woo! Oh man.
That was a badass fight.
Oh, that needs to be talked about.
That was
Gaddy
a bad-
versus Ivan Robinson was a badass fight.
Yep.
You know what was a badass fight, Mark? Motherfucking Keith Thurman versus Danny Go.
Fuck
Really
off,
is
man.
happening.
Oh,
Talking all-time great fight.
Bro,
Fuck off.
that shit was a classic. I'm surprised they didn't have a rematch.
Gaddy greater than Keith Thurman.
Bro, that I should have known then because the signs was there. They're like, yo, the PBC is full of shit, but I didn't realize it then. They're like, yo, we had all this build up for this whack ass fight, B, because that fight was trash. It was the first round and a bunch of nothing. That's what it was. The first round when he went after him and he kind of hurt Danny. He hooked off. He kind of hurt him, and then after that, I don't remember nothing. Fantasy fight: Arturo Gatti, Diego Corrales at Super Feather.
okay.
Corrales, but that's a hell of a fight. It's a hell of a
Yeah.
fight. It's one of the great. That's just dudes getting fucking fuck the knockdowns, man. They would have cuts on their cuts on their cuts.
Bro, their trainers would have fucking cuts.
Me and Julius would be coming out of that fight with lacerations over our left eye. Like, damn.
Real shit. So who's excited about Huey Fury versus Otto Valine?
I am.
Is that announced?
Wait a minute.
Nah, but it's only a matter of time, bro. They have Otto up there for nothing, bro. Come on now.
I thought he was gonna.
There is a high fucking chance.
I thought he was gonna fight Hellenius.
There's Jay. There's a legit chance. I'm saying this. That no punches will get landed in that fight.
Probably not.
Probably not. You're just gonna have a ballroom dance. That's it.
They're just gonna fucking stand there and be like, "What?
1, 2, That's what they're gonna do."
Nah, real shit. I don't think he's gonna fight Hellenius because Hellenius isn't good with the WBA, and you know who else isn't good with the WBA? The PPC. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna. I wouldn't mind Hellenius because Hellenius at least try to knock the motherfucker out.
Right, Hellenius versus Ruiz next. You think?
Either that or Wilder versus Hellenius. He hasn't officially retired. Yo, Mark, you think he's gonna retire? Be real.
Do I think who's gonna retire?
Wilder.
No.
No? You think he's gonna come back?
No, I think they're gonna cash him out. I think they want one more cash out. I think their cash outs because the PBC are shameless with the pay-per-views, right? So I think they're gonna let's be real, they're fucking shameless with it. So I think the Andy Ruiz fight's still there. I really do.
Didn't Wilder have an offer from Parker though to fight recently?
Fuck, man! In-house. It's always in-house. Don't think that's not even relevant. When you talk to PBC and you hear a fighter outside of them make an offer, don't discuss it. It doesn't exist.
It ain't even that. Joseph Parker is not making an offer. He is offering to come fight. He's not offering him money. What you think? David Higgins is gonna put the money up?
Yo, with the Burger King logo in the ring, bro.
Yo, that was the first time I ever seen that shit. I'm like, yo, what is this? Is that a Burger King logo? I ain't mad at that.
To this day, I still believe that's the reason Andy Ruiz threw so many shots against Joseph Parker he was super energized looking at that on the ropes, bro. They played their cards wrong having that there with that man.
They did. They should have had a salad or some shit in the middle of the ring. Should have had a salad with Thousand Island dressing. What is that? That'll fuck Andy head all up. What is that? Bro, shit.
Did y'all see the video of Callie Sauerland online saying how creepy he looked behind Chris Eubank and he was laughing?
He didn't look creepy at all, bro. He looked like a fucking don. This was him.
He was saying I can't believe I'm like, well, yeah, you are. I mean, you give me nightmares almost every other night, bro. I
told y'all, B, if y'all just see a random cloud of coke
manifest,
motherfucker just gonna make fights and shit. You gonna just have random German dudes boxing in your living room, B. Real shit, yo.
Julius, Mark, I have a question. Do you really think Amir Khan is gonna beat Kell Brook?
100% I do.
Why, Leo, you don't?
100%. Okay.
I do. No bullshit. And it's literally because of what Mark said it, but I've been said yo, he been that way. He been a guy that's used to working around his chin. You know what I mean? He don't got a chin. That shit ain't nothing new to him, but he still has a little bit of speed. So for me, it'll come down to who can get off first. I think Amir Khan can get off first.
He's never avenged any of his losses, has he?
No.
Damn.
My thing is. You
think he didn't want a rematch with Canelo? He'll get slept again for that payday.
He got a rematch with Breeders' Prescott, the first guy who knocked him out.
He never did though.
Nope.
He never rematched Danny Garcia either.
And yes, Leo, I really do believe Khan's going to beat Kell.
Can I add another question to that? Is the rematch one way or is it both ways?
Two-way. I think it's a two-way rematch clause.
Oh, that's rare. Wow.
For what?
I'm calling for Kell.
Khan and Brook.
So they're gonna have a 2-fight series?
I think so, yeah.
Oh God.
The thing is, if Brook loses, I don't see the rematch happening.
Sorry, guys, but Kell is not gonna lose that fight.
He's gonna lose that fight, Leo.
No.
He's gonna lose that fight. He don't got no
Can't wait to
punch
see that.
resistance. He don't got no punch resistance. No, that's the only reason Khan wants to fight him, and he knows it.
Based on what?
The Crawford fight.
He just leaned in and Crawford caught him with a jab, and he went flying.
The Crawford fight.
His face literally looks like it's meshed into his body at this stage, bro.
No, it's not just that though. Also, the weight of the fight. The fight, I believe, is at 149. It's not even at. If it was at 154, I would understand you a little better. But the fight is at one. You think? How you think Kel gonna make 149, bro?
Well, he made 147 for Kel,
and he got knocked out. Leo,
in 4 rounds.
That's what I mean. Like, he's gonna be drained, bro. Like he shouldn't even be. Really, Kel should.
Amir went more rounds with Crawford, bro,
and he didn't get knocked out. He quit. So he's fresher.
Well, Amir got dropped in the first round, to be fair, in that fight. So
yeah, but Samuel Vargas dropped him.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, he not outside his comfort zone. Like, I got dropped. That ain't shit.
It ain't an Amir Khan fight unless he gets dropped.
Being real, and listen, he might get dropped. He might get dropped in the Brook fight, but I'd wager. I like Khan's chances in this fight. I do. I like his chances. He's a smart guy, man. He know what he doing.
Yeah, he know what he doing. Out, man. That's
bro,
what
Khan has made money, bro. He made money. He made $7 million in Dubai fighting the next guy.
For Billy
really?
Gibb. For Billy, yeah, for Billy.
Ain't that the guy that Tevin Farmer beat for his belt?
Mm-hmm.
But he got paid at the end.
Well, that's the thing. I know what you're talking about, Leo, and I heard the same shit. I read the story. I did a video on it that they didn't get him all his money for that fight. But I mean, I didn't hear nothing after that, so I can only assume that maybe he did get it because I didn't hear about Amir Khan suing anybody. It's a lot of money over there in Dubai. I'm sure he probably got his bread.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Don't forget, Pakistanis are one greedy bastards when it comes to money. They don't leave a penny to anyone.
Come on, we all greedy bastards when it comes to money. Now I ain't just gonna put that on them. I'm greedy bastard.
They're my neighbors, so I can fucking say it. That's why.
Y'all want to hear something messed up, right quick? Mm-hmm. I'm so greedy that like when I was in my early 20s, I had a little sister. My little sister, she was in elementary school selling cookies, right? I owed her $6. I didn't pay her back for like 3 months.
Damn, dog. That was in the same house, B. She looking at you and shit like, I ain't forget about that $6, B.
Actually, every time she asks me, like, don't worry, I'll pay you back. Don't worry, it's all good. I got you. Don't worry.
Real shit, yo. But yeah, like I think Khan go knock him out. I think Devin's not gonna go to Australia. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen with Crawford. I honestly don't. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Josecito Lopez on Pro Bellum.
Nah.
You know, I was talking with somebody on Twitter. Shout out to Boxing JB. I was talking on my Twitter about that. We had a discussion, and he was saying, we were saying like, what's next for Bud? And we were saying like, you know, Virgil is going the WBO route, and this is going the IBF. So it all depends on whom he mandate. Because honestly, like Virgil is number 1 in the WBO, Ennis is number 2. So you know, if Virgil wins this fight, do you think they'll mandate him to fight Crawford next?
No, they won't push for it. They'll do what they did with Munguia.
Mm-hmm.
They won't push for it.
Do you think the mandate boosts the fight in this since he's number 2?
Where's the money to make the fight? Crawford has no promoter.
Would he have to go to the PBC in that case, or what would he do?
Look,
I mean, the way it is, right? All right. Ennis has a promoter, but he doesn't have the finances that the PBC has, and the PBC doesn't have very many finances to begin with. They just said like, we ain't got the money that he want, right?
Yeah.
So, bang. If you
let's say the fight is ordered and it goes to purse bids, do you think anybody picks it up?
Ennis is closer to the IBF than the WBO.
He is, yeah.
So it's a scenario that is like not likely. Like it's not likely. Now what is a little bit more likely is Ortiz, but Golden Boy doesn't want that fight. They don't actually like. I'm not gonna say nothing about Ortiz the fighter. I don't know. I just feel like what Golden Boy would do is what they're doing with Munguia. How long was Munguia at number 1 with the WBO, and he not even chasing Andre? At one point, he was trying to fight Kanat Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So you think they're gonna put him in there with stiffs, you know, just like they did with Munguia?
hold on. Did you guys know that Ryan's? Yeah, I knew Emmanuel Tagoe was a Lou DiBella guy. Could be Golden Boy worked out a deal with Lou to give Ryan the Kambosos fight. They could be trying to do that. I don't dismiss that. I don't dismiss that, but it's the timeline that I take issue with. That you don't have 2 fights to fight, George. After the next fight, regardless of who it is, by that time, an order will have already come down or likely is about to come down. You don't have all summer.
Ryan is not gonna fight George. He's not.
We'll see.
Can we really say that? I think Ryan really wants that fight.
No, I honestly don't think he wants.
I think he's clout chasing. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
clout.
sick of
No.
Ryan.
I'm not going to say he's clout chasing him. I believe that the people at Golden Boy view George as being beatable. So I believe it's an earnest effort to do the fight. But earnest or not, George is on borrowed time. He always has been. You have 3 belts. That's 3 mandatories. One of them is Lomachenko. You're on borrowed time. Now, Lee Selby is probably going to end up being your IBF mandatory challenger. But does that come before or after Lomachenko? Because so long as Lomachenko's in that rotation, you're going to lose those belts unless you're willing to give one of them up to keep the other 2.
Well, how was Lee Selby? Did he fight again and win another IBF?
It's either he's about to fight in an eliminator. I don't know if he fought in one already or if he's about to fight in one.
Because that was his last fight, was it not? I mean, with George. So
George,
how's he the mandatory again? That's the.
I think he's in another IBF eliminator.
Wow, it's that easy, I guess.
I mean, you know how the IBF.
Yeah,
I mean, look. How many times? Wait. How many IBF eliminators you see Sergey Devianchenko in?
Oh God.
Literally.
Well, that's WBC, right? Not just.
No, IBF. That's IBF. That's IBF.
Because the last one he was in was WBC with what's his name, Adames.
Yeah, but all right, look, he fought Daniel Jacobs for the IBF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Loses the fight, comes back. Now he's got to fight Gennady Golovkin.
Oh yeah. He got then Charlo. Then after that, So it's like
it was originally meant to be Canelo for the IBF. That became Golovkin for him.
He vacated the title.
That'd have been interesting, actually. That fight with Canelo.
It wouldn't have, because at that time he had already lost. See, I remember that Danny fought Sergey for the IBF. Sergey was still coming off a loss when that fight was proposed.
Okay.
And
I thought that was before. Okay.
That was after the Jacobs fight. So it's like, and who won? I mean, like Canelo versus Sergey is aight, but come on. But then again, he did fight Avni, so I can't complain. Like he had, he fought
I just say that because he gave Golovkin good work. That's all.
He did.
Maybe he would have even Canelo. Maybe they're interested. Who knows? So.
But now I wonder: is the reason you gave Golovkin good work because Golovkin was in decline? Because it could just as easily be that. I never seen Golovkin hurt before until that fight. Like he was legit hurt.
He was. Now I remember that fight. Like somebody posted like the ref actually saved Golovkin from getting dropped. Y'all remember that?
Listen. If you go back, go to your DAZN app, watch the Steve Rose fight, and tell me that in the beginning Steve wasn't snapping his head back with the jab. Watch that shit. Watch that shit.
Fuck this, then just knocked him out.
Canelo is gonna kill Golovkin in the 3rd fight.
Bro, he better not fight Canelo again, B.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
They gonna say, you know what's going? Ain't gonna be enough left of him to send back home. They gonna send his sneakers to Kazakhstan. The rest of him, they gonna send his sneakers to Kazakh. Like we got his kicks. He's still in the ring, bro. What you mean he's still in the ring, bro? He ain't get out.
Speaking of Canelo, what's happening with his next fight? He's very dead and quiet on that.
They made him 2 offers. One is a 1-off for Jermall Charlo. Another is a 2-fight deal for Bivol and a trilogy with Gennady Golovkin. Out of those 2, I think he's going to pick the Charlo fight because it's like, I need a break.
Yeah.
I need a tune-up.
Yeah.
I need a tune-up.
If I was Canelo, I would pick him as well. Easy money, easy 40 million. Just go fight. Easier fight than I think both of them.
That's light.
Oh shit!
These PBC fuckers will shut the fuck up for once.
Ooh, fantasy fight: Tommy Hearns versus Julian Jackson, junior middleweight.
God damn!
Damn!
Oh.
I got Jackson, man.
I gotta
The
go Tommy.
the
I probably gotta go
narcolepsy.
Tommy.
Nah, I go Jackson. The
Yeah, you
narcolepsy
did.
fight.
I got Tommy. I think Tommy knocks out Julian.
Yeah,
I do. I gotta go Tommy. He's a much
Yeah, I
better,
think he
he's
knocks
a
him
much
out
better
quick
boxer.
too.
In addition to a puncher, he's a much better boxer. So
I mean
If he
somebody
fights
gonna get
like
knocked
he did
out.
to Duran.
woo, he steamrolled Duran, man. That was crazy. How quick he
Dude,
fucked
yeah,
him
I've
up,
never
man.
seen Duran look that
Slumped
bad.
him. He slumped him. He slumped him. Left him.
Both
leaning.
those dudes hit like fucking trains.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you have fights like that, you don't really have a right or wrong answer. Somebody's gone to sleep.
Right, but
I got
Tommy's-
Adesanya KOing Whitaker again. Well, all right.
Can Tommy's chin hold up to Julian Jackson's shots, though?
No.
No. Julian lands clean. He could definitely knock him out and hurt him, I'd say. But he's taller. Got what about the same height and dimensions or reach or what?
Let me ask a question. Golovkin Murata. Does Golovkin make it through that fight?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
You don't
has
think they'll
Murata
put
full?
some? You don't think they'll put something in his sake? Because the Ryota Murata that fought Brant in America, that ain't the one that fought him in Japan. That motherfucker in Japan was something else.
He might be something else. I honestly, I think Golovkin can unlock him the fuck out.
Yes, the anime power there in Japan.
Man just called him One Punch Man.
Bruh, he's gonna probably beat the fucking doodle out of Murata. I don't know why he sat out for so long. I don't understand.
Is that fight even happening anymore, Jay?
No, they said they're trying to reschedule it for They did. I saw an update on it, and they said they're trying to reschedule it. I know Inouye's next fight is being rescheduled scheduled for June, and they want it to be Donaire.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that Inoue actually has a fucking opponent, because his last two fights for a pound for pound fighter have been fucking atrocious.
Well, I mean, look, nah.
You can't blame
Fucking
Inoue, though.
nah. Casemiro fought Duke Micah, bro.
Okay. Who was his last fight? Who was his last opponent? As bad as the fight was.
Oh, fuck off, Mark. Rigo hasn't done shit since shit, bro.
You cannot, yo, Jay. You're talking about fucking Dippian and whatever dude's name is. Like you're talking.
Maloney. He fought one of the Maloney brothers.
That's not in his last two fights. That's not in his last two fights.
That was Daz Marinas and Depayan. Right?
That's Marinas and Dippian, bro.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Daz Marinas, that was a fucking mismatch. My God.
You're right. I ain't going.
I got Duke Mika beating both of them.
All right, you don't. All right. I can't say nothing. No, I can't say nothing. I can't say like he's right. He's right. When you're right, you're right.
At least
When you're right.
At least he was active. He got in 2 fights, so but still.
I can't say shit. Like I was thinking about, like, yeah, I ain't got to come back for that. Like he's fucking assholes, right?
Well, at least he was active, unlike Triple G. So,
do you think that Paul Butler stands any chance of winning the WBO from John Real Casemiro?
No. Doesn't have the power of defeat.
Did you hear the rumor that John Real may be going to Aegis Climax?
That's intriguing.
I heard that rumor, and I didn't do a video on it because I don't know how true it is, but I heard that rumor.
Who's going to Aegis Climax?
John Real Casemiro.
Wow.
It's a rumor, though. It's a rumor. Don't treat it like it's gossip. It's a rumor.
Okay.
I know. This weekend, a very spirited Sean Gibbons tried to attack Nonito Donaire.
yeah, I saw that shit. What the fuck was that about?
I don't know, man. I don't know what he mad about anymore. It's not like they about to fight.
I'm surprised
What do
Nonito
you-
didn't knock him out.
Not the security. He only tried to come at Nonito when the security was already in the frame to hold him back. So it was like a scrappy do moment. Like, let me at him. I'll splat him. Like, nah, let him go. Let him go. Securita, let him go. Because I'm gonna show you what I did to Inouye. But since you tall, I'm gonna do it to your liver.
Security guards crack me up. I remember I used to work as a security guard, and like somebody called my desk asking if they can get an escort. I'm afraid somebody's going to get me. And I'm like, sorry, we can only observe and report. I guess they're going to get you then. So
yeah, I mean, unless
Right, man.
Unless Sean needs
That's
to,
security man's job. Observe and
Sean
report.
needs to break from the spotlight.
no,
man.
no. It depends on the site. It depends on the site. It depends on the site. Like if you at a hospital and you gotta get down, bro. It's time to like you gotta get down, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's facts. That's facts.
When I was working,
Patients be wilding. Patients be wilding.
You got to get down, and you got the other shit is you gotta know how to get down because it ain't like you could be in the gurney, motherfucker, and then when they family, and like yo, what you did to my father,
Hey, yo, Jay, I want to just see if you know. I'm going to say a name in association with Sean Gibbons just to see if you know this story at all. Have you ever heard the name Adrian Crawford?
Dun, dun, dun.
Is that the guy? I know. I heard a story about Sean Gibbons that he took a dead guy's boxing license and then he used it to get this other guy a fight. Like to get, I heard something like that, some wild ass story, but the name, it sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you know much about it or anything. So yeah, you do. Go.
Oh, that's what that is. That what that was? That
yeah, there's a lot to do with that. It's not just to do with that, but like when he took that name, like I'm trying to remember.
Is it true? Is it true, Mark? Because is it true that Adrian Crawford was a black guy, but the fighter that he gave the license was a white guy?
I don't know.
I gotta reread.
Jay, I'll give you. This is from the Irish Times in the private chat. Like, you can have a look at it.
Let me see. Because I read a whole thing about Sean Gibbons, just like a whole.
This is a great article. This is a great fucking article.
All right, let me accept the cookies.
Hey, dude.
No, they asked me if I want the cookies.
It's 2022. Yeah, don't judge. Yeah, we don't judge. He might be black, but from inside he's white. Yeah.
What you talking about? Outside of, I'm trying to find the shit where he got the dead guy fight. Oh, well, he used the dead guy's boxing license. Undercover NYPD cop named Frankie Manzione infiltrated his camp as part of a government campaign to clean up the sport. And ensuing fallout from the raid by the feds costed him a gig as a matchmaker for Bob Arum at Top Rank. I remember that part. He recovered from his setback and others of a similar type. Even his critics admit he is an incredible judge of talent and retains an uncanny eye for the main chance. This sport has become so bureaucratic and overregulated by these stupid commissions, said Gibbons earlier this year. I'd seriously like to kill everyone in this room. He didn't say that. These guys who
he did. Yeah, he did.
No. He said seriously, these guys who have never ever been hit in their life by anything resembling a boxing glove, making up rules left and right, and always for the health and safety of the fighters. This is such a great sport, but I'd give anything for it to be 20 years ago. Yeah, I remember that quote. I think I skipped past. But there's more to the story than tough men willing to bleed and lose for a few bucks. There was danger too. Concussion protocols were traditionally ignored, and boxers routinely fought out of their weight classes. In 2003, long after he left behind the Palookaville's of the Rust Belt and the ersatz glamour of Las Vegas, Gibbons lined Brad Rohn up to fight Billy Zumbrum in Utah at 3 weeks' notice. Tipping the scales at 259 pounds, Rohn had lost his previous 25 fights, banned from fighting in Nevada, but apparently needed the $800 for his mother's funeral. He died of I'm sorry.
It's like a dark comedy.
Damn.
He died of a heart attack at the end of that's fucking wild, bro.
What the fuck?
Bruh. How you fighting to get your mother funeral money and you die? Who gonna get your funeral money now?
God damn.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
Two
sorry.
for the price of
Very
one.
nice.
No, I'm sorry. I'm fucking terrible. I'm an awful human being.
y'all want to hear something terrible? Like y'all know when
Julius, it's not you. You're a Capricorn. It's fine.
y'all know when the pandemic broke out, right?
Yep.
When the pandemic broke out at my job, I work at a hospital, customer service. Like, all right, so the rules was changing left and right regarding visiting. So, like, you know, the visit hours being changed like every other day. Like, this one family tried to call and make up some crazy story that like their relative was dying. We called a nurse, she's fine, and it was also they can get in the hospital to go see her. Talking about like she got cancer, she dying. We called the nurse. They're like, oh no, she's okay. She's being discharged like in a few hours. I'm like, the fuck. These people are wilding. Like
once that happened, but I was working security when they did it, and the people that did it, they did it so they could go up there and beat the broad ass. It's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's in the hospital already, dog. Like,
oh yeah, I've dealt with situations like that too. Like people trying to get in and like call to get people's room numbers. We don't give them out. But like you know, but turns out like so somebody was trying to get up there to go, and this dude he like on the no call list. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, the shit is wild at these hospitals, man. All types of shit be popping off.
Yeah, like a lot of this shit. It was good experience working there, though. Very good experience. But it get wild at the hospital, man. It really do. And when the sundowners, God forbid if there's sundowners in the ERB, that they be wild and throw the bedpan at you and all of that, going crazy.
Wow,
bro,
hey,
you live in America. Be happy. In my country, you go to the hospital for a headache. They take your kidneys out.
Fuck.
Oh,
damn. Hey, Julius, JumpTube wants to know if you saw the Broner interview on how the PBC works.
The Broner interview. There's a Broner interview.
That's what JumpTube.
There's a Broner interview.
Where? Like shit. Link me. Nah, I haven't seen it. Let me see it.
Hey, JumpTube, you heard him. Post that link.
Yeah, post that link. I watched that.
He can't. He doesn't. People can't post the links.
Anyway, I'm fucking sleepy. So JumpTube, post that link in the comments of this video once this video's over, which it's about to be, because I'm fucking sleepy. Gentlemen.
Jules, could I give a special greeting before you go?
Go ahead.
Siempre es una bendición y un honor ser parte de estas charlas de boxeo.
Brother, you sound German, bro.
Ist das Unboxen? Unboxen.
I tried. You guys be Asian.
Good night, guys.
Ist dein English Boxen?
Oh shit. Oh damn.